Everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. So we all know this sheet. This is the answers to the developer call that just happened. The developer call that was meant to be the most successful one ever, related to the CoinStrike topics. So we'll go over it. Also, there is an Aptoide VIP code across the screen. I know it's CoinStrike, but these people who have VIP codes did their spending a long time ago, and now they're getting rewarded with a multi-day code. So that's why it's up there. Anyways, let's get to it. So first topic, accounts of family members have been banned, but there is no violation of rules. And then they say, we do not maliciously ban accounts without reason. The family account function will be launched in 1 to 2 months, allowing players to link their family members' accounts to the main account, thus avoiding punishment. Really seems like they changed their response in the developer chart here. In the call, they said they're going to unban every account from August. I think they're going to say this later on in here also. And it was meant to seem like it was no questions asked, everything except like credit card fraud was going to be unbanned. They're just going to press a button and it's going to be unbanned. And it seems like that has not happened at all. Because I know people who have like 50, 75 accounts on their servers and not a single one has come back. Evony's give them the runaround. What are the player IDs? They've said they've been unlocked and they haven't. And then get to this family account function. I don't know. Do you guys trust them? Like, it seems to me like you're self-snitching on yourself. Are they going to be 5 accounts that you're not allowed to loot now? Like, I think Evony means actual people with real family members can link them and they won't get in trouble for having the same IP. I don't think this means it's like you have 5 sub-cities that are actual cities and you can loot them nonstop like people thought. The more I read into how they're wording it, I don't know. I just have to say, like, I don't trust them. And this was supposed to be the biggest win, bringing back accounts. And now it seems like it's maybe not happening. And now we get to the next one, capturing PC behavior, the terms of service. So in the call, they kind of didn't commit to changing it. So this is a fair response. They basically say, Google and Apple ensure its security and legality. We respect your privacy. And all games have this. So that at least they're standard there. At least they kept it the same as what they said in person. But they basically said we're not doing it. So that doesn't seem like it was a successful part of the call. And provide a clear meeting cycle. Player feedback. So here it says, we will try for every 1 to 2 months. Well, it actually says we will hold one every 1 to 2 months. They've said that before and haven't done it. So this is more of the same to me. Big failure on this one. Possibly true. Maybe they're telling the truth. And if they do have another one in 1 to 2 months, then it's a success. But until then, it's just lip service because they've never held their promise on that one. Customer service personnel do not understand the game. Here they said in the call, they said that they would train more people, but it takes time to teach them the game so they can properly answer. And here they basically say the same thing. And there are a large number of issues with red Wi-Fi and lagging in All-Star and Shalons. So we just had Shalons this morning. And it was terrible. It was the worst lag I've ever had in Shalons. So, Evony, you're not taking this seriously because I don't care. Like, this is something you've been trying to fix for 3 or 4 years now. So, to say you're working on it, you have a system, but then the first All-Star matchup, Team All-Star matchup after the call, it's not fixed. Like, that's just brutal. That just, to me, shows that it's business as usual for Evony. They just said things to keep people happy. Our lag was so bad. I couldn't set rallies. If I was setting a rally, it would just say rally expired and people couldn't join. Luckily, our other rally setter didn't have this problem and he could set rallies. But it did limit us because I was, going to be setting on mines and alternate targets or hospital buffs, and we couldn't. So we were down to 1 rallier, and what happened if he had it? Maybe our opponents had that. Who knows, right? You never know. Everybody has a bad experience, and it's just how bad. So we take the lag issues you've experienced in the game very seriously and sincerely apologize. The presence of users who abuse our system has placed a significant load on our servers. Our development and technical teams are fully committed to optimizing server performance. Your gaming experience. We promise to continue making improvements. Okay, so it's possible they're hinting that. So I did a video a while ago, an interview, and someone was telling me that there's players who inject into the system, like inject basically means connect, and they can inject lag on opponents. They can do things faster for themselves, like, change scores, create faster marches, that sort of stuff, lower the rally time on monsters. We've seen that. I did another video on someone having 2-minute rallies. I don't see every battle having a person like that, though. So why is every battle affected? I'm just saying that you're just blaming a big boogeyman, Evony, and you're not basically paying enough money to your server providers. There are okay, we did that one. And now these are the ones. So down here, these are topics that were put into questions in the Evony top tier Facebook group, but they were not talked about in the call because they weren't deemed important to be discussed. The Coin Straight group had a set is 5 or 6 topics they wanted to discuss, only those. So these ones Evony just gave a written response to. So let's go over them. I believe some of these are actually really, really good suggestions, the ones at the bottom, and they do need to be discussed with Evony, and some of them are less important, but important to certain players. Increase the return value of all packages. Adjustments will be made in October. Oh, so I guess, let me guess. So Evony's response to that one's going to be 87,000% package. That's going to be their response. Okay, way to go. Release new levels of monsters. Adjustments coming in December. Nothing should be behind a paywall. Move more free ways to get military tactics scrolls. Give us a lot more resources to stop resource sellers. More ways to easier unlock Wonder 3. Okay, so the resource seller is the last one there that's happening in December. And then these ones, adjustments will be made, but no launch time. I've heard that before. Wonder 3, former generals to tavern, improve wheel rewards, and 100% general survival to spiritual beasts. So I'll tell you right now, these ones, adjustments will be made with no launch time, are never coming. That's a no from Evony. And now the last ones, no adjustment is considered. So server migration functionality. So this one actually really bothers me. They shot it down completely in the call. And there's a large group of players. No, actually, I wouldn't even say a large group. I'd say a very vocal minority in very large alliances who don't want this one. I personally think there should be some sort of server migration option or a way to guide your server's merge. This wouldn't be necessary if Evony actually had proper merges, but they don't. So I'm going to give an example of a player. Most people know him, Small PP. He left. He plays exactly, I guess he actually broke the terms for the first time ever when he sold, because you're not supposed to buy or sell accounts. So he goes right by the terms of service, only spends money, no alts, no bots. He was K45, like 60, 70 billion, doesn't buy an account. People were always like, you're stupid, man. You play on one server, you're an island. It's his fault for not wanting to change servers. But the people who buy and sell accounts and make super alliances, of course they don't want server migration, because that would threaten their monopoly on being at the top, where they say it'll create an unbalanced game. People will make super servers, but there's already super servers because all these coiners go and play together. So that's my take on it, that there should be some sort of option for it, because let's face it. So let's just stick on this thing with Small PP. So the only way he can be competitive in team alliances is to buy an account on one of the select 6 servers, and then he'll be competitive in a team atmosphere. Otherwise, he's just a solo player. Or he has to go recruit 8 other really good players to join him. This just doesn't seem like a fair gaming environment type thing. I don't know. I think server migration should be an option, and there should be some sort of limits with it, or they need to be clear and actually tell us how their server mergers work, give votes in it, that sort of stuff. So other parts that are down there in the not going to happen are broaden the channels for obtaining dragon eggs. They've already given some avenues, like people who are top 1200 for all-stars, you get galaxy coins. It'll just take you a little bit of time. There's also the Star Goddess event where you can get galaxy coins. It costs money. I could see why Evony wouldn't do that, because dragon eggs are an all-star thing. And there is a little bit of a competitive, or there obviously is a competitive atmosphere in the game, and they have to have some stuff that's rewarded to only the players who, I guess, pay money, right? Some people get there on skill. Make Battlefield 1 hour, and every one of them should have medical tents, but that respawn. So this should have been 2 different things. I would love Evony to have 1 hour Battlefields. I wish they would do that. I hope they didn't shoot this down because it was tied into medical tents. And then give Server King more control, ability to enact a server nap, make cost accounts unable to bubble. So would it have been crazy if Evony actually said yes to this one? But this person wants the Server King to be able to say no one can attack each other, and also that they can unbubble someone if they're being a bad boy. So I could see why Evony would say no to that. Give us a selection of alliances to choose for Battlefield. Same sign-up power. I like that. Show who signed up for that time, and you have like 6 teams, and you kind of figure out the matchups. You don't have to choose them, but just have a better matchup policy for BOC and BOG. And then the last one, package price, and everybody said no. And like that doesn't really make sense, that one, because there's all sorts of package prices. You could choose which one you want to buy. You could choose the 0, you could choose the 5, 10, 20, 99. Anyways, that's my thoughts on the feedback. I think it was looking at the feedback, like I could understand why in the moment people thought the dev call went really well. It did seem like they were really responsive to stuff. But even myself, just like a day later thinking about it, I was like, there was really nothing that happened in that thing, nothing that would help the average player at all, nothing that closes the gap, hides things, takes things from behind the paywall, makes the game more fair. Really, they just kind of said we're going to have an alt system, and that made all the people who have alts happy. But then looking at the feedback here, it looks actually really bad. It looks like nothing is coming from it. So I'll hold out hope. Let's give them a month or so. But Shalon's today, really bad lag, so really bad start for this, Evony. And let me know your comments. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.